stuck with the Sam Bankman-Fried thing. It's like it was impossible to know at the time of making that video. It was impossible to know. So,
That
but
was
you know,
that was a gift that you just like
yeah, I
a
give this to
gift
you.
that just you gave to me.
It's one of those things where, like, wait, given the information I have now, there's no other thing I could have done looking back at history. So you're stuck with that label for years to come, but hopefully you can escape that label and have a new
Well, I think
life.
with the Sam Bankman-Fried thing, it's when you do your content, it feels like you're fully promoting and
I build
endorsing.
up people. Yeah, that's the thing, dude. I build up. Have
Have
you
you
ever seen
changed?
me
Have
make a
you
video?
changed that style since all that happened?
So I want to get your opinion on this. Okay, like I'm
Yeah,
seriously
yeah,
curious. I 99% of Nas daily videos is build up people. It's like
yeah.
I
I see.
never go. The only time wanted to put down people was you
It didn't work out well.
because it didn't work out. Look what now I'm building you up. Like because I look at
You're
what is the
building.
point of hey, you deserve a second chance.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not a wife beater. It's like, I hope my team is not listening to this. So have you ever seen like that? The point of Nas Daily is to freaking lift people up. So I don't make videos. I'm not Rebel News. So I felt like I was attacked for like going and building up somebody who on paper at the time was actually impressive.
I know
Hindsight's 2020.
and that's I guess what the criticism. Let's put aside the fact that it was like a free kick you
Yeah.
gave me, because it was right after. I think it was right as it happened, like right after the publishing of the debate, and I was like,
Yeah.
this dude, this is the guy telling me that I'm dangerous. My words are dangerous because so many millions of people follow what you say and would have invested in that, and so that's why I say, like, I understand, I get. Your content has always been about forget about building people up. It's about positivity. You're always trying to come from a positive angle,
Building
right?
bridges.
But when you're not even a person, like a country, and in fact, I
Yes.
saw a video recently of yours that was like actually interesting to me. The one of the I know the country.
Is it
'cause I got- Mauritians.
Mauritius?
Yeah, because I got heaps of Mauritius
Yeah.
friends here, and I didn't
Oh,
know.
really?
There's a lot of Mauritius people in Australia, and they're cool people, and so. Like I didn't know that kind of stuff, and so there's sort of like when you say you do positive content that's building it up, like it works in that situation because like where could that possibly go wrong? But when you're building up a specific person that has a brand which involves investment, that's the danger. Like the Bitcoin or whatever product where people, when you have the power of so much money, like
I agree.
that's
I
where
100% agree with you.
that's where I think the danger was in doing that ever.
This is why I felt this is very good feedback. This is where I felt very unfairly treated because I specifically went there to not build up his FTX. His FTX thing I only mentioned in 1 second. I wanted to build up his philanthropy of him giving away all his fortune, right? So 80% of the video is about that. This was unpaid collaboration. I was not sponsored by FTX at all. So I was like, wait a minute, this is the only fucking video about Sam that does not promote FTX, and yet it's the one video people talk about.
I know,
Whilst-
but like building. I get what you're saying. The problem is building up a person whose his entire branding was built around the way he sold that, and so then it built trust in him. And if you trusted him, you were going to invest in that. And that's like I think it's just a danger. Look, I don't think you're. I think
So should
out
we
of all
avoid
your
everything
content,
finance related? I mean, I want your advice. Should we avoid everything finance related? Because like, let's say now you have me on your show. Let's say you build me up for like 10
Yeah.
seconds, and let's say 1 year from now I murder somebody and
Yeah.
I'm in prison, right? Now, how would you have known? It's impossible for you
I
to,
do have my
to know
suspicions.
right now. Yeah.
No, so it's different because no one's going to go in and so if I walk away from this, let's say, and I say I actually like Nas, I don't agree with him politically on stuff that like we're not going to.
Nasir, for the 50th time.
I like Nasaya, especially when he corrects his name. I like Nasaya, and then in a year you go and kill somebody, right? Or you know, it could be
Yeah.
worse. You look at Epstein, right? How many people took photos with
Yes.
Epstein while he was around in the circus, and we don't know the depth in which who had
Yes.
what involvement, right? Some people I'm sure was super nefarious, and some people was just
Yes.
like I even know there are people that come up and get photos with me. I don't know, they could be like evil people, but I'm going to be polite and say yes to a photo.
Yes.
So, but if I went out and said, I think Nasai is actually a good dude, and then it turns out in a year you actually end up like killing an innocent person in cold blood. Like,
Yeah, what do you do then?
So I think one, it creates a situation where my instinct can be questioned. People go, well, Avi, you went out of your way to say that you think he's a good dude. So you wouldn't have known. It's not your fault. You didn't commit the murder, but I might question things you endorse. And it's sort of the same with that with you and Bankman. But the problem there is like the consequences of it. Like what are the consequences for people who believe that you're all right after this, as opposed to people that probably put money in because your brand was trust.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, I go back to the same point, which is the video promotes effective philanthropy. It doesn't say invest in FTX. It doesn't even tag FTX.
No, but the consequence of it is that
that was but it's almost like it's really there's no look. I believe in percentages. I mean, look, I have a fucking percentage right over my thing. All right? I believe in percentages. So it's like, what percent of the videos I made about people have turned out to be crazy, like Sam Bankman-Fried? Like literally, it's 2%, maybe 1%.
Who's the other one? So there was another one. There was that Asian guy. Another one. I remember.
The Binance, but I don't think he did anything wrong. CZ is I go on the record, say Binance is awesome, and the guys.
I don't know enough. I just remember that there was a controversy, and everyone was like, every single time. Usually, when they say every single time, they mean the Jews, but in that case, it was Nisaya. But they were saying Nas Daily. I'm quoting them. They were saying Nas Daily.
Yes.
Okay.
My miss rate, to be clear, for everybody to know, is 1%. All right. I made 2,000 videos about 2,000 people. Only like 4 or 5 were like fraud. 1% miss rate. That's it. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is, though, when somebody then judges your content, the way they should look at it is trust 99% of it.
Trust 99% of what I say. And 60% of what you say.
42%. Depends.